Good morning. So we are on skill 23, main idea. And if you are just joining me, what I did is I went to the Echo agenda, and above that, there is a folder that says ACT Reading Packet, Skills 17 through 29, Packet Online. And you go to the paperclip and bring it up, and then you scroll down to 23 Main Idea. Just a reminder of your reading strategy. By now, we should have it. First, you answer what kind of questions? Lined questions. And that the question tells you the line where the answer is. Secondly, you answer what kind of questions? Hunting questions. The question will tell you the paragraph where the answer is. And finally, inferential questions. Those are the ones that you have to infer. You have to use your noggin. And why do we do this strategy? Because it speeds us up, and we have only 35 questions to do. 35 minutes to do 40 questions. Okay, let's get on to main idea. I'm asking you to take notes, and then the notes will count as extra credit. I apologize, my doggies are fighting. Really, stop it. ACT Mantra 23. If you need help with a main idea question, reread the bold introduction and the first and the last lines of each paragraph. So this is for anything that's not prose. Prose is a story, but anything that is true or nonfiction, you can get most of what you need from the first and the last lines of each paragraph. Remember, the bold introductions really do help you. After skill 23, I will put these doggies away. Let me show you. Let's see if I can show you. That's Willie and Libby. Willie's a puppy and he likes to bite Libby. So sorry about that. After this skill, I will put them up. Or I'll put Willie up because he's the troublemaker. Okay. So this story, when you have background knowledge about something, you've learned something in a different time, different place, maybe a different class. That's called background information or schemata. And I have some background information about this word Olmsted because my cousin, Tom Mishler, is a landscape architect. And that means that he, just like an architect would build structures of a home, he builds it for parks and landscaping. And so he's worked at really big parks right now. He's at the biggest park in San Francisco, one of the biggest and most renowned parks in the United States. And he plans how those parks look. And so when he used to live in, I think it was Buffalo, he worked at a park that had this person's name Olmsted in it. So I already knew when I looked at this that this was going to have to do about with something about parks or landscaping or something like that, making the outside pretty. Okay, so this is a guy named Olmsted that park was named after. Olmsted foresaw the need for plans in a time when they were considered mysterious. Now, that word foresaw means he saw before, okay? So he was able to predict that. He anticipated that city parks would ensure future prosperity for the cities by increasing the value of city real estate as well as creating a more balanced and egalitarian life for city dwellers then and in the future. Olmsted possessed an ability to see into the future and address future needs of city dwellers in his planning. In this way, his planning had a permanent effect on history that remains pertinent or important, like for the present, to our modern lifestyles. Even today, his concepts of city parks and landscaping are widely accepted and practiced. So, the main point of the paragraph is city parks are essential to city real estate. I don't think so. Olmsted was a man of vision. Well, if he was able to foresee or see before, that sounds good to me. Let's check the other ones. City park planning has not changed much since Olmsted's time. That's true, but it's not what the paragraph is about. And Olmsted sought egalitarian park use. They use that word, but that's not what it's about. So I would say it's B. Olmsted was a man of vision. And if we were just to read the first and last paragraphs, let's see if we could have gotten that. Olmsted foresaw the need for plans at a time when they were considered mysterious. And then go to the last. Even today, his concepts of city parks and landscaping are widely accepted and practiced. Absolutely, we could get our answer from just reading the first and the last sentence. The main theme of number 2, the main theme of this passage concerns, let's try it. Let's just do the first and the last sentence. During the tower's construction. Okay, so this is about the a tower in Paris. What would that be? The Eiffel Tower? Okay, I'm going to see if I can show you this. My stepdaughter Brianna, let's see if I can get this in the picture, thinks that my engagement ring looks like the Eiffel Tower. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it. Let's see. There we go. You can probably see it a little bit. It's much harder to do than you'd think. Okay, it's going to be a crooked Eiffel Tower, but there you can see. She thinks that my engagement ring looks like the Eiffel Tower. Anyhow, the word Parisian just means people of Paris. So during the tower's construction, many Parisian citizens complained about the tower's aesthetics. That means how it looks, if it's pretty or not, inconvenience, and potential danger. And then the last sentence is Gustave. That's the guy that designed the tower. Gustave replied to the complaints by saying that he was as dedicated to the tower's aesthetics as they were. He wanted it to be pretty too. And that he designed the tower in such a way that the iron lattice work created almost no wind resistance. So he's overcoming their objections about its safety and ensuring the tower's endurance. It's going to last. The main theme of this passage concerns F, the controversy between the residents of Paris and the tower's designer. G, the inconvenience and danger posed by the tower. H, the instability of the tower in harsh weather. Or J, Gustave's position against the tower. So the people of Paris thought one thing, and the designer overcame their objections, and so it would be F. And then the last one, this is a different passage again. And this one is nonfiction, so we have to read it. I'm sorry, this one is fiction. It's prose, so we have to read it all. Mom makes sassafras tea. Hold on just a second.
Hey, Willie.
Ma makes sassafras tea while Pa's boss compliments the tree. They're talking about a Christmas tree. Then they all sit down for grown-up talk while we gather around the tree to shake the copious presents. When the carolers come by, we witness the enchanted looks on their faces as they are too inebriated by the magic of the gorgeous tree. Then Ma gives some gingerbread and cider. If, and that word is very important, if we had a tree like this, we'd never travel to Brooklyn to see Grandma. She'd come to us, despite the fact that she hates our dogs. So if we say the word if we had a tree like this, then what are we looking at? This narrator is talking about what? A, an illustration of a lasting relationship. Doesn't say that at all. B, a nostalgic recollection. So a recollection is a memory. A pleasant fantasy. Okay, that's a close one. Or an introduction to a character through another's eyes. So we can eliminate A and D, and then we've got to go. B is a recollection, which is a memory, and C is a fantasy. Well, this never happened, so we have to go with C. All right, so finish your notes, take a picture of those, and put those into the Dropbox, which I don't think I've added yet, but I will by noon today. I'm talking on Monday, March 30th, 2020. So sometimes I use these videos over and over, but if you're watching it for the first time on our quarantine, COVID, coronavirus quarantine, then I will get those the Dropbox for the notes. If I don't have that in, I'll get that in, and those will be extra credit. So each set of notes you do will be extra credit. And then put this in and do the bonus, and then there will be one exit ticket for the week. This is actually finishing up the week before spring break. So this is I gave you an extension till Friday. Okay, I will see you next time. Take care.